I'm Shiva.
I'm Sandy.
And this is
Our Relaxing Hobby. Hello.
Hi.
Today's episode we're going to talk a little bit about, well actually we're just going to do a roll call kind of issue here, right? We're just going to discuss the koi, how many there are a lot of them, and we have their names, and they're all Japanese
yeah,
sort of.
So we're going to apologize.
Yeah.
First of all, neither Sandy and I are fluent in Japanese, or even a little bit.
Yeah. Sandy doesn't, I don't do languages at all. Barely English.
Yeah, and since all of our koi have Japanese names, we are not going to promise that we can pronounce these correctly, and we are so used to calling them, and we have shortened forms for them. Right. So, like, Koshi-doki, we call Koshi.
Yeah, disclaimer, we're going to massacre these names.
Right.
But yeah, we're gonna massacre these names, and keep in mind, Japanese words have multiple meanings. Mm-hmm. So when we pick some of these names, we just picked the name that was the closest and easiest to say for the word we were looking for. Right. And there's a little story behind some of them. We'll go into some of them. Some of them they're just pretty quick because, I mean, there's a lot. I don't even know how many fish.
We have like 28 fish. So.
28 fish. So we're going to try to get through it relatively quickly, but, there's some storylines behind some of them. So
yeah. But you hear us talk about the fish. We usually call them by name. So we thought it'd be good for you guys to see and to learn a little bit about the fish and how we name them.
I don't know if we have enough time when we do the episode to point out, okay, this is Koshi and this is...
Oh, I'll flash them.
Okay, flash them. Okay, all right. I don't know if we have one on everybody, but hopefully we have at least one picture of every fish.
If not, you're going to be doing a lot of filming tonight.
If not, I'm going to film some fish. All right, so here we go. Now, let's start with...
Yeah, we're going to go...
we have a cheat sheet.
Yeah, we have a cheat sheet.
Because although we know them, we have to look. And here comes Sandy's granny glasses, because I can't read.
Now, we're not going chronological, we're going alphabetized.
Oh, we alphabetized them?
Yeah, I alphabetized them. I didn't think about it.
If the alphabet doesn't work?
Well, except for the three new ones. 3 new ones I tacked on as an afterthought. But we're not going chronological. If we went chronological, then I'd be sitting here trying to go through my Facebook, trying to remember, okay, when did we get those
We're not going biggest to smallest?
No, we're not.
Okay. All right.
So, here are our
Patience with us is a wonderful thing.
Yes. So this is our 20, these are the 28 koi that we have.
I didn't even realize we had 28. Oh my gosh. I thought there was only 22. Lord, I can't even count.
No, because we had the
22
5
plus
little mistakes and then the three babies.
Yep. All right. So, okay.
Okay, so we're going to start out with Batosai.
And that Batosai, that's with a B.
Batosai.
Yeah.
Now, Batosai was named after an anime character.
What is that word you said he means?
It just says anime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Batosai, Gareth named him.
Oh, okay.
And he's named after a character that's known as the Manslayer. Which is funny because Batosai is just a big chicken who,
doesn't participate in anything.
Yeah, but Batosai was named after an anime character.
Okay.
It wasn't until we got to Daiton.
Daiton
was one of our first. Not our first, but one of our first.
Right.
And Daiton's name means bold.
Okay.
Daiton is one of those that was misnamed. Mm-hmm. Gareth named Daiton. And
thinking.
Well, it's because the first day Daiton was here, Daiton was the first one to come out and poke his head up and all that, and then 2 days later we never saw the fish.
Right.
So.
Right. But at the time that's why we've also learned with fish to not necessarily name them right away.
Right, unless there's something really distinctive about them.
Just like the crows, we misnamed anyway, but that's not. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he was one of the ones that was misnamed.
Yep.
So
and then we have Dorado, which is Doro, is what we call him.
We call him Doro.
Right, Doro means thief, and he got his name because he has a black mask.
Black mask, right. And he
still
has the black mask.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so really cute, really adorable.
Yeah,
he actually fit his name.
Yeah, well, he got his name immediately.
Yeah, it didn't necessarily mean he steals things. It just means the mask.
Yeah,
so
he just looked like a little thief, so we called him Dorobo.
Yeah, so he was
Doro.
Cute, Doro. And
Ebby.
Ebby means shrimp.
Ebby means shrimp.
Ebby was the smallest little tiny.
Yeah, she was the smallest of our accidental
breeding.
Yeah. She's also a gimp, and I think we looked up gimp, but the word was
the gimp was really hard to say.
Pronounce. So we
shrimp, we went with shrimp. Ebby, because Ebby it fits her.
Yeah.
She's just. I mean, she's not the smallest anymore.
No, but she was.
But she was, and she's got the little gimp leg, but shrimp isn't good. Yeah, a little gimp fin,
yeah,
leg,
she
whatever.
She with one fin.
I'm a dog person. What do you want?
Yeah. So Ebby was named after shrimp.
Right. So that actually fit. And so
And then we have Geisha.
Geisha, oh my gosh. Geisha's
Geisha
name
is actually a boy.
Geisha, yeah. Geisha's name fits the look of this fish.
Yeah, we named Geisha the first day we got him.
And what does it mean in Japanese?
Geisha is an artist.
It's like a dancer
artist.
Like
basically geishas are, you usually see them in Japanese art. The women, in fact there's probably some behind us, the women with the long robes and the flowers, and they're known as artists. A lot of them are dancers. And
this is a beautiful fish, and unfortunately it's a boy.
Yeah, he is a boy.
But absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, he's a dark charcoal, so you would think that a dark charcoal fish would be drab. But he's got these gorgeous long fins, like the longest fins that we have. And he just looks like he's dancing on the water.
And when we first got him, he was darker.
Yeah, he was.
Because they weren't.
We thought he was a cross-sex, but he turned out to be a Hakkai.
They weren't in the healthiest conditions when we bought them. We got them from a landscaping business. It was going out of business or something.
Yeah.
And so he was a little darker than we thought he was. Or we thought he was a little darker. Mm-hmm. But then when he came home and he got healthy...
Yeah,
absolutely gorgeous. Though.
Yeah,
absolutely gorgeous.
We found out he's a Hakkai.
Yeah, but male, but absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
But Geisha, I don't care what you say, the name still fits. I don't care.
Right. Then there's Geisha, who's one of your little darlings.
Geisha was one of the 5 accidents. And it basically means we're going to go with low life. We were picking on the fish. They were jerks, all of them. The 5 except for Ebby, the 4 of the 5 were jack butts. So that means low life is a good, I guess, easy sleazeball low life. Yeah.
Basically, it's an insult.
Yeah, it's an insult to the fish, but couldn't help it.
Yeah, Sandy named that one.
Sandy named a couple of the. I pretty much helped name, except for Ebby. I think I named all the other 4.
Yeah, you named the other 4 except for Ebby.
Yeah, and they were all insults.
Or no, you didn't name Orange, but we'll get to him.
Okay.
Okay, then we have Hakkai. Hakkai Maka. Now, Hakkai,
I can't say that. Hakkai.
Yeah, Hakkai is another one that was misnamed. We got Hakkai the same time as we got Daitan. Now, Daitan, if you remember, I said his name meant bold, and he's actually, very not. Hakkai means modest.
Or not.
Yeah, guess who the original asshole fish is?
Yeah, Hakkai is...
Hakkai is a bit of a jerk. He's our...
a bit?
Yeah, he's our Sankei.
Yeah.
He... Whenever
he's small, so he's got a syndrome.
Small. He's got the Napoleon complex.
Yeah, oh yeah, he does.
But it is so funny because whenever we have to float a fish in a bag, if we're introducing like one new fish to the pond who's young, we float him in a bag, and a guy's the first one up there banging them,
beating the crap out of him,
beating the bag, punching the bag. He's a bit of a jerk.
He's a bit of a jerk. Yeah. So he was misnamed.
Yes.
He was misnamed.
Hakkai was misnamed.
But you don't forget Hakkai once you've met Hakkai.
Yes.
Because he is a jerk.
You remember Hakkai.
Yeah.
Then Hoseki.
Okay, Hoseki. Okay, I didn't name. That was Garrett's name, right?
Mm-hmm. Hoseki, we got Hoseki.
That was the same time.
Same time we got Geisha.
Well, same time. Yeah, it was the same place.
Right.
But what does it mean?
Hoseki means jewel because of that marking.
Yeah, he has a really pretty marking.
Yeah,
kind of looks like a cigarette burn, but but it's really pretty.
Hoseki's another Sankei, but he's got a very unusual pattern. He's mostly white, and he's got one spot that, like she said, looks like a cigarette burn on his side. So it's really
pretty, yeah.
And Gareth thought that it looked like a jewel, so he named Hoseki.
Gareth is broken.
So Hoseki
but still,
means jewel.
It means jewel. Yeah, it can kind of. It's okay. That's an okay name for him.
Yeah. I think everything else was a little bit hard for us to.
Yeah, he was trying to pick names we could actually say to some extent because Gareth will say them the right way.
Sorry, Jaku, another one of yours.
Jaku. Jaku means jerk. That was Jaku is a jerk. Again, all 4 of the 5 fish were jerks. So we were picking names.
No, you were picking names.
She told me I could pick names for them, and I picked names that were little insults to all the little 4 of the 5.
Well, I mean, they're all insults. I mean, Ebby Shrimp is an insult
yeah,
too,
that's kind of insult.
But I named Ebby.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of named them because they were unexpected. They were an accident. So Jaku means jerk.
Yep.
So,
because that's Sandy.
Yeah, Actually, I mean, one of them. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we're afraid to let Sandy name any other ones. Otherwise, we're gonna end up with a Japanese name for cocksucker if we don't watch that.
So many names, so many. I could have so much fun with this. The problem is I can't pronounce half of them.
Yeah.
We had to find names because remember again, Japanese words have multiple meanings.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to pick names. I picked a name like say jerk, but there's several words that could be jerk, but jerk it was very confusing. So we just picked the easiest one for me to say. Really, it was all about me because I can't say most of the Japanese names.
Yeah, it takes
I
me a while.
slaughter them, and Garrett laughs at me because, and you know, I don't care.
Yeah. Okay, Ju-on is the next
Ju-on.
one. Now,
Yeah.
Ju-on has a story.
Okay.
Ju-on, the word is not necessarily an old Japanese word. It basically was invented because of the movie. It basically means grudge or curse. And yes, it was named after the movie, which here in America we know as The Grudge. In Japan, it's Ju-on.
Okay.
And Ju-on was the ugliest koi that I saw her for several months at the pet store. The tank, her
Like a
tank
month,
mate,
yeah.
no, it was more than a month.
Was it more than a month? Okay.
Oh yeah, her tank mates changed over 3 times.
Okay.
And she was just there. She was ugly.
Ugly.
And
For
big
fish.
and ugly, and I felt so bad for her. And she was getting bigger,
And
I was
nobody
like,
wanted her.
And nobody wanted her, so I was like, okay, I'll take the ugly fish. And
Best fish ever.
oh, it was not when we brought her home. First of all, she was a bitch to catch into the
the
woman sitting here trying to catch her. She's zooming around. I was like, well,
The
no wonder
fish was.
nobody
Oh yeah,
wants
that's
her.
right. She was on Ducky's lap. I remember.
Right.
Okay.
And Ducky was with me. They got her in the bag. Now keep in mind, Ducky doesn't do fish.
Ducky's not a fish.
He's not at all. He built the pond for us and he built the inverted tank for us, but he's not a fish person
Yeah.
at all. He
And-
could care less about the fish.
And he helped build the indoor pond and everything.
He builds the ponds and whatnot, but so he was with me at the time when I finally decided I was going to get this fish. So he was in the passenger seat. I was in the driver's seat. He's sitting here with this bag of water on his lap. And Ju-on's going crazy. It was like, I will cut you, bam, 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 just going completely bonkers. And Ducky's sitting there going, shh, it's okay, honey, it's okay, talking to a fish.
No, you have to realize Ducky is 6'5".
Yeah.
Yeah, big guy.
Yeah.
And the fish, you know, I can just imagine this fish on this big man's lap, and he's going, "It's okay, sweetie." I die every time I think of it. He doesn't even like fish. Just know that he could give a.
Now, Ju-on is the only koi that we dumped straight into the water as soon as we got home because she was so riled up and she was punching that bag so hard we were afraid she was going to break the bag.
Right.
I mean, she was weakening
I remember
it,
the story, yeah.
and she was getting herself tired, so we thought, okay, this fish is going to kill herself one way or the other. We should just go ahead, put her straight in the water, and hope she doesn't go into shock.
Right.
And she didn't.
After
about 2 days, she calmed down, and now she's very
now
friendly.
She's very mellow and friendly, so she doesn't fit the name anymore, but in the beginning,
she still looks like a grudge core. She's still ugly.
She, you know, and you're lucky you didn't have like all the babies from her because she is just butt ugly. But you know, for a koi, she's not an attractive koi. She's not something that anybody wanted, except Shiva felt sorry for her. But she's a great fish.
She is a very great fish.
Great fish. So I mean, but she does fit the name as far as it looks.
Yeah, looks wise she does. She doesn't have the grudge personality, but when we first brought her home, I thought she was going to kill us all.
Yeah, she would have if she could have.
Yeah.
So who's our next? Who's our next contestant?
Our next contestant is Hakkai.
Hakkai, okay.
Hakkai is our color-changing fish.
Okay.
More so than most of the others. Hakkai means fire.
Okay.
And the reason for it is because when we first got Hakkai, she was a yellow butterfly fish.
Right.
Solid yellow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
She has since gone yellow-orange, then orange, and now she's starting to go back to yellow
again. Yeah.
So she stays within
she's
that
got like
color
she's
spectrum.
got like orangey yellow colors now. Yeah. Beautiful though. Beautiful.
Yeah, she stays within that
so
spectrum.
she kind of fits her name, sort of. Maybe you should have named your son. That would have even been funnier. Yellow.
Hakkai was easier to remember.
Yeah, I can't even imagine what son means.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's not real friendly.
Hakkai was pretty. She's not friendly, but she is pretty.
Yeah.
Okay, then we got your favorite, Keikon.
Keikon.
You can tell Keikon's story.
Keikon is, it means marriage, wedding, joining of whatever, matrimony. And what I did was, I didn't know what to buy Gareth and Shiva when they got married. So, you know me, I was like, okay, well I was at the pet store and there was this unusual coppery colored koi. And she didn't have one of those. So I bought it for their wedding present. So it's their wedding present. And Keikon's the sweetest little thing. And she just doesn't know what color she wants to be either. She's kind of like a brown or a rust or
she's a chikoi,
copper.
But she's
I don't know what chikoi means, but yeah.
Chikoi, tea-colored.
Tea-colored, yeah. She kind of sometimes like a brownish, copper, sometimes goldish. Has not picked a color yet. Young still, but well, no, gosh, how long did you guys get married? 3 years?
Over 3 years.
So she's at least 3. But she was very young when we got her. But she's done great. She's a really pretty fish. just in the last 6 years maybe getting friendlier.
Yeah.
Because for a while she wouldn't come. Yeah, but she did. Now all of a sudden she comes up, right, takes food out of your hand. Very pretty fish, but that's what it means. That's why I bought her. It was just unique. Their marriage is unique. Their whole lifestyle is unique. So that's why she came. I wanted to try to find a different type of koi, and she just happened to be there.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't resist. So
she's gorgeous.
That's what Keikon is.
Yeah.
And that's not how you say it, but that's what Gareth corrects me every time.
Keikon.
Yeah.
And then Kieran. Kieran is the oldest fish we have.
Okay.
Kieran was Gareth's first fish.
That was
his
the white
one. The one. Kieran's nickname is Majestic as Fuck.
Majestic as Fuck. Yeah.
That is Kieran's nickname.
Ducky gave him a nickname. Ducky doesn't like fish. Again, remember this. Ducky gave Kieran a nickname.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes when I see him, I don't know if that's a male or female.
We think it's a female.
Yeah. I just literally think of that fish as Majestic as Fuck.
No, we know it's a female because she got beat up during the spawning.
Yeah. I literally just think of her as Majestic as Fuck, and then I'm like, who's Kieran? And I'm like, oh wait, that's the white one that, okay.
Yeah, she's white, blue, silver with a little bit of yellow. She's got very long fins.
Yeah, beautiful fish.
She was named after a mythological animal in Japanese. You probably heard of Kirin beer. Kirins are actually these deer-like dragons. And Gareth thought something graceful, something pretty.
Yeah.
So,
and she is a beautiful fish.
So that's how we ended up with Kieran.
Yeah. Who's our next contestant?
Our next is Kitsune. I got the story on Kitsune.
Okay, Kitsune, go ahead.
Kitsune.
Yeah.
Okay, Kitsune's a trickster. Specifically a trickster fox in Japanese mythology. I was still looking, at the time, I was still on the hunt for the longfin karasu, which are the longfin black ones.
Black ones, right.
And I think I was with you, wasn't I?
Yes.
Yeah. Santa and I went to the aquarium store we love, and I got all excited because it looked like they had finally had a longfin karasu. I mean, it looked jet black, long fins. I was like, sold, immediately. And so we bought her, and then we took her outside in the sunlight. She's dark blue.
Beautiful though.
Gorgeous,
absolutely
dark
beautiful.
blue.
Absolutely beautiful.
But she's not a karasu.
Yeah, no.
So that's how she got the name Kitsune, because she tricked me into buying her.
Yeah, but she's, I mean, I don't know if it was the lighting in the store, but...
I think it was the lighting in the store.
I mean, but this fish is absolutely beautiful. It's like this dark, beautiful blue. Absolutely beautiful. So it's okay.
Yeah, she's like an indigo blue.
Yeah,
just that deep,
it's okay though.
Pretty.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah,
we hope to breed her actually because she's absolutely so gorgeous.
Yeah, we're not bemoaning the fact we got her. It's just she tricked me into buying her.
Yeah, you would have bought her anyway.
I know, but yeah, Kitsune. Then Orange. That's one of your little darlings.
That's one. It just means orange, by the way. It was the only one that was all orange of the babies.
Well, he's not now, but
he's not now. But when he was younger, when we named him, he was all orange, and he was just he wasn't the jerkiest of all the 4, 5, whatever. He wasn't the jerkiest, so I went ahead and just named him orange.
Is jerkiest even a word?
Yeah, jerkiest. Jerkiest is a word, damn it. But no, it just means orange. It's not a very exciting thing. It was just I couldn't think of another.
He is beautiful now.
He is beautiful now. I mean, he was beautiful then too.
And he's the biggest.
The biggest beautiful fish. We'll have to show you a picture of it. Absolutely gorgeous fish.
Yeah.
But at the time, it just literally meant orange because he was the only fully orange fish at the time.
Okay.
Yes, I'm very inventive, aren't I?
Yeah. Ronan.
Okay, that's one of yours.
Ronan is one of Gareth's.
Gareth, okay.
Yeah, Ronan literally just means wanderer. Most people understand what we say when we say Ronan. I don't know why Gareth named him Ronan, other than I guess he was kind of off to himself for the longest time, which he still is. He's not a very friendly fish.
Yeah, he's not one of our come up and love you fish.
No. he and Kasai were brought in at the same time,
right.
So I think the two of them just kind of like standoffish, like humans, whatever.
I mean, he's cute.
Just feed us.
Yeah.
Yeah, just not too close. Just throw some food.
Yeah, we're not touching you. We're not letting you pet us.
Yeah. So Ronan's not exactly the most friendly, but he does definitely wander around, so I guess that's why Gareth called him Ronan.
He's not afraid, he's just not social.
Sineske. Okay, we've been talking about Ducky, Mr. I Don't Like Fish.
Yeah.
Ducky is a bit of an engineer. He will come up with whatever designs we need him to. He came up with the inverted tank design. He comes up with all kinds of crazy stuff for us if we ask him to. Doesn't give two flying hell shit fucks about fish. Yes, that was.
Except for Majestic as Fuck, which he named.
Well, he called her the Majestic as Fuck, and
but Sineske, we're going to Sineske.
But basically, the rule of the house was that when we got the koi pond, we decided that everybody was going to get a fish and name it.
Right.
And that was just going to be the community pond. Everybody has to have at least one fish.
Right.
So we made Ducky
pick a fish.
Now, Ducky...
There were several in the tank at the time.
Yeah. Well, what he would do is we would go to a pet store and he would go in and he would take a cursory glance at whatever koi were for sale, and nothing would really jump out at him, so like meh. And I didn't think he was ever going to pick one out. I thought we were going to have to like force him at gunpoint to pick out a fish.
Right.
And then one day I was in a pet store with him, and it was surprisingly enough a box store.
Right.
And he came to me and he's like, "Okay, there's a fish." I was like, "Okay, wow. Can't wait to see what this looks like." Turned out he actually has an eye for koi. It's a gorgeous, lightly dark blue combo.
I call it a blue jean.
Yeah, it looks like it's wearing blue jeans.
Looks like it's wearing blue jeans. The pattern with the patterns, really cool.
Yeah, but I've never seen one like her. She's a doisu, which means she's not scaled.
Right.
So she's very smooth and soft, and she's got the light and the dark blue. Gorgeous fish.
Right.
And then he decided to call her Sanosuke, which apparently is another anime character that I couldn't begin to tell you about. But he is into anime, so picking out a Japanese name was not a problem for him.
Picking out a fish. Yeah, picking out a fish took several attempts, but yeah, but she is a beautiful little fish. I call her Blue Jean. I don't call her Shinigami, so I don't care.
Yeah, that's.
Sometimes they call her BJ.
There we go. But yes.
No, it is a very pretty. It's actually one of my favorites. I like the way she looks. She's really neat looking.
Yeah, and I think Ducky has spent a whole 2 seconds looking at her.
Yeah, he looked at her. He looked at her in the box store. He bought her, and I don't think he's paid attention to her since. He named her. That was it.
Yeah. Okay, then we have Shinigami.
Okay.
Shinigami is my little boy.
He's one of the crows.
Yeah, he's
what we call them crows. The 3 black.
Well, we've got 5 karasu. Karasu means crow in Japanese. They're basically the black koi.
Right, but we called all 3 that came in, we called them the little crows.
Well, yeah, the 3 new ones we call the little crows. But Shinigami was my second karasu. He's a short fin. And I knew what his name was going to be because I'd always planned that if I got another karasu, because I have one whose name we have not reached yet, but I always figured, okay, if I get another short fin karasu, I was going to name him after a death god. So if you are familiar with the anime called Death Note, then you know what a Shinigami is.
I have no idea.
Yeah, Shinigami are basically, like, in Japanese mythology, they're like the death gods. So I just thought, little black crow, little black koi running around in the pond, I'm naming him Shinigami. So that's how we got Shinigami. He has now since taken to jumping.
Yeah, his new thing is jumping. She had actually literally put noodles up because he jumps and bangs his head.
Yeah.
Crazy fish. Crazy fish.
Fun. Then we got Sushi.
Yeah, okay. No, her mom is not out here, but Sushi is her mother's fish.
Right.
It had to have a Japanese name. Mm-hmm. Remember, that was the rule.
Yep.
And she wanted to be able to remember it. And everybody knows who Sushi is. Sushi's awesome.
Yeah, sushi was the only Japanese word that my mom knew. There were 2. She knew kabuki and sushi. Yeah. So she went with sushi because sushi is a white fish with black.
Kabuki would have been probably funnier.
Yeah, well, sushi is a white fish with black spots. She's a becco. Yeah. So we thought, okay, sushi works.
She is the best fish in it. She is the friendliest. She is the biggest. She is the fattest. She is the
most
crazy
personality.
Yeah, she has personality. She is I mean, honestly, she is like your star of this type.
Everybody knows sushi.
Everyone knows sushi. I mean, literally, I was talking to my daughter the other day. She goes, "How is sushi?" I was like, "Well, I haven't had sushi in forever." She's like, "No, Mom, not the food, the fish." So, I mean, my daughter's been here like once, and remembers the stupid fish. I mean, she is awesome. She's very friendly. Everyone loves her.
Okay, next up we have Tiao, and Tiao is really tricky. Tiao is another one of Gareth's fish. And he named her because when he first got her, she was jumping and dancing and just having a grand old time. She's actually really elusive, and nowadays she's also very lazy. But when she was young, she was just all over the place.
But absolutely beautiful, though.
Yeah, she's gorgeous. She's an orange and blue longfin.
Absolutely gorgeous. I absolutely love that fish. I know she won't let me pet her, but I love her.
Yeah. Now the problem is he can't even remember how he got the name Tiao. Because we asked him.
Yeah, I don't.
And he cannot remember. He thought it was some sort of combination between jumping and dancing. So I can't even give you the root word.
We could probably look it up if
we were trying.
Oh, were you trying? Okay.
Yeah, nobody can remember how he came up with the word Tiao, but we have.
And again, Japanese words mean many different things. So who knows?
Yeah, so who knows how he came up with that name.
But it is a beautiful, she doesn't do anything now. She just, well, but, and in her defense, her fin, well, it's not even, because she doesn't even have the biggest fins.
Yeah.
It's not she's just lazy. She's just lazy. We should look up lazy and see if we can find a new name for her. I know, she's a beautiful fish, though.
Yeah, she's beautiful. Well, at first you think she's sick, but then you realize she's been doing that for years. She's just lazy.
Yeah, very lazy.
Oh, that's my cat. I thought somebody was knocking on the door.
No.
Okay,
so Tiao is lazy.
Tora. You know Tora.
Okay, Tora was one of the, was Tora one of the?
We got her the same place we got Geisha.
Yeah, Tora was one of the ones we got from the landscaping business. There was the third one we got. And Tora was, it meant tiger. Because she was supposed to be, again, a black, long fins.
We thought she was another cross.
Again, because she was very dark when we got her. But she was absolutely gorgeous, absolutely beautiful, although she was really dark. And we brought her home, your mom and I split the cost. It was Shiva's birthday present. Mm-hmm. And we brought her home, and within, 2 days, mm-hmm. she went from being all jet black to gold, orange.
She's like this gray.
Yeah, she went lighter, black and gray, but then with brown and blue stripes. Mm-hmm. So it just kind of tigerish, because there's some orange in there, a little bit of orange.
And she's got that red on her tail.
And she's got the red on her tail. So we kind of just went with tiger. So Tora means tiger. And it's an absolutely beautiful fish. Absolutely gorgeous. Not a blackfin karasu, exactly. We don't know exactly what.
I don't know.
Just
she's
beautiful.
Like a mutt.
Yeah, but she looks kind of like a mix of several different types. Sorry, there was a hair, and I felt like something was crawling on me, but it's just one of my hairs. Yeah. I shed a lot. But anyway, sorry about that, people.
No, Tora's a very unusual fish. I've never seen one like her.
Yeah, we pick them, boy. I can pick the crazy ones. I pick Keiko and Tora.
Yeah.
I mean, in my defense, though, when we picked her, she just looked all black. Because, again, these fish weren't super healthy.
Yeah,
so any of them that were slightly dark were blacker than normal.
Yeah, we thought that we had lucked out and found a whole pond full of longfin karasu.
Yeah.
Turned out they were longfin, but not a karasu.
Not a karasu. They were just dark because they weren't healthy.
Yeah.
Usually they go lighter when they get sick, but apparently in this tank they were all dark.
They were kept in the dark.
I think they were kept. They had a net or a black.
Like a black cover over them.
A black netting, heavy netting over the top of the. So maybe they just because they didn't have light. They blended in with their settings.
They didn't have a healthy diet. They kept chemicals pumped in rather than actual filter.
Yeah.
I mean, you remember me bitching the whole time.
Yeah, we were not happy. We would have taken more of them if we could have afforded it.
Yeah. And they wanted way too much.
They wanted way too much for some of them. But the black ones, it was funny because the black ones were in the back and they just didn't want them at all. They were giving them to us way cheaper than any of the other fish. I mean. Mm-hmm. I think Hoseki was the most expensive fish there.
Yeah, Hoseki was almost $100.
Yeah,
but,
the others were $50 and $60.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so it was, it's a beautiful fish. Beautiful fish.
Okay, so then we have Tsunami.
Tsunami with the T. Yes, we're on T's.
Tsunami. Yes, we're on T's now. Tsunami has a bit of a story. Again, it's definitely
means storm, kind of tsunami, self-explanatory.
Like now, the reason we named her Tsunami is because we got her a day before a major hurricane hit our area.
Yeah, and she had two choice names, right?
Yeah, I was going to call her, if basically it was a betting pool.
Okay.
If the storm hit us, her name was going to be Tsunami. If the storm didn't hit us, her name was going to be Tengu. Okay. And the storm hit us, so we have Tsunami.
Yeah.
So she looks like a shark. She's got the blue top and the silver white belly. She looks like a little great white shark. It's hilarious.
Yeah. And she kind of skims along the top. It's really kind of
cute. And she's huge.
Huge.
Yeah, she's
huge.
Okay, Yarrow. That's
we're on Wise.
Yep, Yarrow. That's yours.
Which one was that? Okay. Yarrow, again, one of the 5. Abby was the cute little one. And then there was Yarrow was one of the... Okay, Yarrow means asshole. Yes, it does. It means asshole. That's what Yarrow means.
Yarrow or something like that.
Yarrow. I may be saying it wrong. I say Yarrow, but that's probably not how you pronounce it. Again, demolishing Japanese names. Yeah. That was how it was spelled. And it means asshole. So again, Sandy, I picked some fun names. So
Sandy wants all her fish to have a complex.
But he is a pretty fish.
He's gorgeous.
Beautiful fish.
He looks a lot like Batosa. He's the white with the short fin.
He's white. Yeah, white short fin. So there was the white short fin, white long fin.
Right.
There was Abby with a white orange and white, and then there was the
Jocko
has the darker orange and white, and then there was Orange who was orange.
Yeah.
So I mean, asshole. White. The white ones are asshole and
Low Life, I think.
And Low Life. Oh, Life, because Gesu was the other one. He's the longfin white.
Mm-hmm.
So that was it. I was just naming them bad names because I'm kind of a bitch.
Yeah. Now the next one is one you've heard us talk about a lot, and that's Yugure.
Yugure, yes. Yugure.
Who is the very first karasu I ever got. She's a big girl.
Right.
She's the one who is a sneaky little bitch who will.
Well, what does it mean, by the way?
Yeah, Yugure means dusk.
Means dusk nighttime kind of dish.
Yeah, the reason for it is because
should have been named asshole too.
She is jet black on top, and then she has an orange belly.
Yeah.
So it looks like dusk.
Right.
She's the one who's sneaky and who will.
She's the one that gets you if you sit on the bench and you turn your back to her. She'll splash you.
Yeah, she takes aim.
It takes aim. If I have the camera aimed at the thing and I'm not paying attention, she will go for the camera with water.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Yeah.
She gets me. I can't even tell you how many times. I think it's me she gets. No, she gets everybody, but. She really likes to get me because she knows it pisses me off.
But it's actually funny with her because at first, for the first couple of years we had her, she was acting like a typical karasu, which is very elusive.
Yeah,
blackfish are not necessarily known for being really friendly.
Right.
But then she got sick, and we about 2 years ago
she turned orange.
Well, no, that was a different issue. But when she got the fish herpes.
Oh, fish herpes. Gotcha.
Yeah, she got sick, so we had to keep her in a hospital tank for a month. And during that time, she got really used to being up close and personal with us. So then, ever since then, she's
very friendly,
right up there in front of you. And now she thinks it's funny to splash you. She comes up, oh, pet me, and then turns around.
Yeah.
So
wait till you're not looking at her. She waits till you're petting a different fish before she splashes you. She doesn't splash you. She doesn't come up splashing. She waits until you turn your back, or until you turn your head away from her, and then she gets you every single time. I mean, she's not dumb at all.
Yeah,
she's probably one of the smarter fish.
She is. She's one of the smartest. She's
sneaky
also such a scamp.
Yeah.
Yes, but she is one of my favorite.
Yeah.
My Halloween fish.
Yeah.
And then we have Yurei, who is my big girl.
Okay.
Now Yurei is the Japanese word for ghost.
Okay.
And if you've ever seen like a lot of like the J-horror movies. In fact, that was probably her. Yeah. If you ever see like the J-horror movies, Japanese ghosts are portrayed a lot differently than American ghosts are. A lot of the times they have the sunken dark eyes and they look very skeletal and whatnot.
Right.
When I got Yurei is a white long-fin fish who looks similar to Kieran, but she has a little bit more silver in her. And on her head, she had these markings that looked like a skull. It kind of looked like a death head moth.
Death head moth? Yeah, if you've ever seen one, yeah.
So I named her Yurei because she looked to me like a Japanese ghost. She's the one who overnight grew like a foot. Yeah. She went from being like this teeny little butterfly to being a foot long practically overnight. It was within a few months. Weird. No, I mean it was within a few weeks. It was really weird.
Yeah.
Because out
of nowhere. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we didn't even, I was like, who? I came.
Who are you? Did somebody put a new fish in here?
I hadn't seen her for 3 weeks. I'm like, where did you get that fish?
And you were like, no.
Yeah.
Yurei had a growth spurt from hell. Yeah. Because I mean, it was literally.
But absolutely gorgeous.
I mean, when she started growing, it happened fast because I had been away for like a day.
Right.
And I'm always out here every morning with the fish. And I've been out, actually I was out for about 2 days. I was on a job.
Yeah.
And I
wasn't here for 3 weeks, because I used to come at weekends only back then. But I wasn't here for like 3 weekends. One you were gone, one I was gone, and then one something else happened. So I came that third week, and I didn't recognize her.
Yeah, but
I had to ask him whose fish it was.
But I mean, she had grown like 2 inches in practically like 2.5 days. Yeah. It was so weird because I got home. And I thought Gareth had bought a new fish or something.
Right, well that's what I thought. I thought you got another fish. I'm like, another one?
No, that's Yurei.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she grew real fast, real quick. I mean, she's one of our younger fish, and she's...
Because Shiva wasn't here and they actually fed the poor thing. Shiva never feeds them.
Right.
Just ask.
Apparently, Gareth was feeding them like pure sugar or something.
Gareth was feeding them, what do you call them, steroids.
Yeah, steroids and lard. Yeah. That's what he was feeding them for like 2 days. But yeah, she's beautiful. She's beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful.
I mean, people usually spot her and She's usually spotted as being one of the most beautiful fish we have.
Right.
But she's gigantic.
Yeah.
Okay, so then after Yurei, we've got the 3 crows. And they're not in alphabetical.
The 3 crows are not. They're the last 3 that we've gotten.
Right.
And they were all the black ones that you actually special ordered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had to special order them. They are
because we are hoping, once we start breeding, we are hoping to breed the longfin black karasu.
Karasu. Mm-hmm.
That's one of Shiva's favorite type of fish. So she's really hoping to be able to breed them. So we don't really.
Right, and finding the longfin ones are so hard. I mean, it took me several years to find them.
Yeah, did able to find 3 of them.
Right. So we have the first one is Koshinuki, who we call Koshi.
Koshi.
Koshi means coward.
Yeah.
And there was no, it was not misnamed.
Not at the time. Not at the time, but now.
Yeah.
At the time, this fish was a pain in the ass.
Oh my God! When we first got Koshi, she was scared of everything, and when they got too big for the aquarium and we had to put them in the pond. When we first put them in, she was terrified of all the other fish. She was hugging. She was hugging the walls. She was displaying stress. We thought we were going to lose her. I had to take cinder blocks and build her a fort.
She built her own little private nest fort.
Built her a fort.
So that she was her and the other 2 were the only 3 that could get in there, along with one. I think
some of the small. So Koshi was the smallest of the 3, and now she's the largest. She, very much like Yurei, just kind of started effing up overnight.
Yeah, she's bigger than Keiko. She's actually...
She's also the friendliest.
Oh yeah, friendly, smart, funny.
She was the first one to hand feed, and she's constantly...
Once she got past her little terrified fear and realized that no one was going to hurt her, she became so outgoing, so sweet.
Yeah.
And again, grew exponentially. And it's really kind of funny because if you see the 3 of them together and you look at them and then you see her and you're like, oh my God, you were the smallest. You are literally huge now, bigger than someone like you said the older fish.
Yep.
But yeah, beautiful fish.
And then there's Maka, who was the brave one.
Yeah.
Maka was the brave. No, Maka's the one who won't come up to us.
Maka's the one that won't come up to us now.
Yeah.
Maka's the only one of the 3 that won't come up.
And is also the smallest.
And is the smallest now. Yes,
Maka
it was the biggest.
Largest. Yeah, go figure that one out.
Yeah, Maka was the biggest, and now she's the smallest. Yeah, he or she, we don't even know yet.
Yeah, we think he, but we're not entirely sure. But Maka was the largest of the 3 and was the most bold, and as soon as he went into the pond, just...
He was bold for the first couple days in the pond.
Yeah, he was taking food out of Sushi's mouth.
Yeah, literally took food right out of Sushi's mouth, which I don't know if I got that on video, but it was
scared us to death.
Not really afraid now, just standoffish, more like the typical
like a typical karasu.
Typical karasus are not actually very friendly.
Yeah.
So Maka's a typical karasu.
Yeah, Maka's probably the most typical karasu we have.
Right.
And then we have Gecko, who is Moonlight.
Right. Beautiful, but not quite as dark.
Yeah, Gecko actually has a silver sheen to him.
Right, he's black, but he
with a silver sheen. So when the light hits him, he looks silver and he looks like moonlight. So we named him Gecko, and he's also very friendly.
Yeah, not quite as friendly, but
not as friendly as Koshi,
but way more friendly than most black karasu are.
Yeah. I mean,
we'll let you
Gecko at least comes up to you and plays with you.
Hand feeds.
Yeah.
So
those are the 3 newest.
Those are the 3 little crows. So, but anyway, if you have any comments about our fish, any weird questions, want to pick on us about our pronunciations?
Yes, feel free to pick on us about our pronunciation.
Comment, like, share,
if you happen to figure out what Gareth meant by Tiao, please comment. We'd love to know.
Yeah, and if whatever Gareth says, we apologize. We hope he isn't picking too much on us.
Yeah.
Because I massacre those names, and he laughs at me every single time.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, and we look forward to hearing from you. Oh, don't forget we have a store.
Oh, yeah.
And a Facebook page.
Yes, all this information we found in the description below. We have all the links to where you can find out everything about us and then some. You can find our store, where to find us on Facebook, where to find us online. Well, pretty much that's about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry if it was such a long episode. We had a lot of fish to go through.
Have a great night.
Yeah. Bye.